Hello there everyone, and thank you so very much for joining me on this truly special video for me, because it is number 100 for me on YouTube. So a fantastic and absolutely awesome milestone to have finally reached after 3 months. And I thought, what better way to celebrate my 100th video than to share with you exactly what I have learned over those 100 videos, because it is a lot. Now, if you are new to my channel, a really warm welcome. For those of you who have been following me for a little while, a great welcome to you too. I'm Melanie Weber, and my channel is all about helping everyday people to basically live their greatest life, live why they were put on this earth to do. So if that sounds really exciting to you, then please click the subscribe button down there and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any information on how you can do just that. Now, without further ado, let me launch into the 8 top things that I have learned over these last 100 videos. So let's start off with number 1, which is simply to let your personalities shine through in your videos. Be completely yourself. Everyone else is taken in this world, so best just to be yourself, just to breathe and be you. That's who the audience is wanting to connect with. Number 2 is something that was quite surprising to me, but it is completely true. They say that the camera adds about 5 or 10 pounds, which that's not the point that I'm trying to make. But in order for your emotion and for your energy to come through your videos, you really need to amp it up. So you may think that you are showing lots of emotion, showing lots of enthusiasm and what have you, but it actually doesn't come through on the video all that well. So you really have to take it up a couple of notches for it to even be felt. I know it sounds absolutely crazy, and you do sometimes feel like you are a crazy person just being completely larger than life, but for it to actually come through in your video, you really do need to do that. So make sure that you really do emphasize your emotions so it does come through in your videos and it's a lot more engaging for your audience to watch. Number 3 is simply to make your or to film your video with your editing in mind. So that's not to say that you're not to aim to not make any mistakes or any bloopers at all in your video, but it's just to ensure that there is some flow to your videos, to make your editing process a lot quicker. When you are first starting out with your videos, your editing will take a sizable amount of time. But as you get better in making your videos, in talking through your content, it will be a lot easier, and you will probably make a lot less mistakes, and your editing process will be a lot quicker. Number 4 is to have a schedule around when you are going to create your content, just so that you know what is coming up and you can batch like topics together. But with that said, having a schedule is great, but you also need to be able to go with the flow. And today is a classic example of that for me. I did have it scheduled in my calendar to film this video this morning. However, life happened. I have my 2 children at home with me today, and my day just turned to custard. So it's actually about 8:45 at night that I am filming this video. So you do have a schedule, but just be prepared to go with the flow. But in going with the flow, still make sure that you get the work done. Make sure that your video is still done around the time that you are planning to do it. So yeah, life does happen, but you still need to make sure that the work gets done. Number 5 is one of the main reasons why I set this challenge upon myself to make 100 videos in 100 days, and that was to get over my procrastination. And procrastination can be an absolute killer for your business, but also too in your life. If you're constantly putting off to tomorrow what you can do today, then nothing is ever going to get done, and you're never ever going to move forward. So when you know that you're needing to make a video, or you're needing to make a blog, or whatever it is, don't procrastinate. Just get in there and get the work done, and you will feel so much better for actually having just getting in and getting it sorted, and then you can move on to the next thing. Number 6, I touched on this a little bit earlier, but plan your content ahead. A couple of reasons for that is so that you, as I said earlier, so that you can batch like content together. So if you're wanting to have like a series or or alike of your content coming out, then it's all batched together. Like for example, in my videos, I covered high income skills. So I had 4 videos that came out all pretty much together or in sequence. So you can do that if you know that your content, if you've planned out your content in ahead. The other benefit of doing that is you simply know what you're going to be covering in the next few videos ahead. So you can have much better planning. You could be a lot more prepared in putting those videos together. So you're not left scrambling at the last minute thinking, oh gosh, I've got to make a video today. What on earth am I going to make it about? You've actually planned them out in the head, so you can plan everything else around that. You already know what you're going to be doing. Number 7, I cannot recommend enough, is to batch record. So what that means is if you know, particularly if you've got other commitments, other things going on in your life, like everyone does, let's face it, but where you can, rather than just making 1 video per day, if you know that you can actually make, or you can record perhaps 3 videos in that day, do it, because as I said, life happens. So it's so much better if you can do as many videos in the one sitting or within the one day as you possibly can. So, but also to another benefit from that, other than just that you are prepared for when life happens, but it's also a case that you're in the groove, you're in the mode for making videos, so you can keep that energy up a lot easier than if you're just doing them sort of higgledy-piggledy. So where you can batch record, I cannot emphasize or can't recommend that enough. It's a fantastic practice to get into, so that you're getting a number of videos done rather than just one on a day. And number 8 is probably the biggest thing, and I found as such a big thing for me in this process, is self-care is just so important. It is absolutely critical to keep yourself going, to keep your business going. Throughout these 100 days, life has happened for me. The whole gamut of life has happened to me. Illnesses, and sadly there was a death amidst the process, but all these things have happened in those 100 days. But the thing that and I'll share, I'm really proud of myself for this, is that I've still stuck to my schedule. Yes, I am a little bit late. I didn't get them all done in 100 days, but pretty close. But I just kept on at it. I just kept on acknowledging, well, yes, this has happened, but if I'm going to use that as an excuse, which I would have done in the past prior to doing this challenge, then things would never have gotten done, and I certainly wouldn't have learned as much as I have in the time that I have. So I know that I have certainly grown as a person, as a business owner throughout this process. And had I let all these things get in the way and use them as an excuse for not moving forward, for not taking action every single day, then I know that growth certainly would have been stilted, and I would have had I let periods of time pass in between making videos, I would have found it a lot harder to get back into the groove, to get back into making videos. And in honesty, throughout the 100 days where there has been a gap of a day or two of me making videos, I have certainly felt it. It has been a little bit harder to sit down and get in the headspace of making that video. So I found it so much easier once it's just become a habit of, yep, today is a video making day. I'm just going to sit down and I'm into it. So make sure that you do take care of yourself, whether you set yourself a challenge and you're working through that, or even just everyday business. You are number one, and you need to remember that your business needs you as much as everyone else in your life needs you. Your business needs you as well, so you need to be okay. And that's part of the reason why I've made a couple of videos about self-care as well, because I found that it was extremely important to me, and I hope that those videos help someone else really just take that step back and truly realize and acknowledge you need to be okay. So that's the main 8 things of what I have learnt whilst making videos consistently on YouTube for 100 days. I hope you have benefited from this content. I hope you've benefited from my last 100 videos. If my videos have helped someone in some way, if it's impacted someone's life along the way, then I am truly grateful for that and have been extremely privileged to do that. Thank you so very much for your support in these 100 videos. I really do appreciate, and particularly those people who have subscribed for my videos, really do appreciate your support. If you have gotten something out of my videos and there's something particularly that you would like to share, then please do post it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you and know how they have impacted your life. And until I see you on my next video, I hope you take the greatest of care.